I want to talk about this ad. This is a new Biden ad, and I want to watch it with you. We'll take calls, but not right now, because we're going to watch this Biden ad. Here we go. Let me make sure that this comes over here. So this is indicative of the Biden campaign strategy on abortion. We're going to watch it and then we'll break it down.
Because of Donald Trump.
All right, here we go.
Because of Donald Trump, millions of women lost the fundamental freedom to control their own bodies. And now, women's lives are in danger because of that. The question is, if Donald Trump gets back in power, what freedom will you lose next? Your body and your decisions belong to you, not the government, not Donald Trump. I will fight like hell to get your freedom back. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve that.
Okay, so that's the ad. I want to break some stuff down because I don't like this ad. I think this ad is indicative of a couple different things that Biden is just fundamentally weird with his administration and his campaign. So first things first, all right, what are they trying to get across? They are getting across that every negative feeling that you have about abortion, blame Trump. Trump, Trump, Trump. Trump, bad feelings, Trump. Good. That's a good thing. This is the issue that the Biden campaign have to get better on, or they have to capitalize on. It has been the winner in the midterms. It has been the winner in special elections. It has been the winner in abortion referendums. It is obviously the biggest liability for Donald Trump, which is exemplified by the fact that he essentially took the most moderate position, the most moderate stated position on abortion for a candidate in the last 40 years for the Republican Party. So obviously he knows that this is going to be a major thing and he needs to position himself smartly on it. So this is Biden slapping back against that. And again, leaning into the idea that every bad thing about abortion is Donald Trump's fault. So we begin with somebody watching Donald Trump on their iPhone. First shot. We had Annette Shanker Osario on the show a couple weeks ago. She made the point that like liberal voters are so turned off by Trump, even seeing Trump parrot like a bad Trump moment in an ad is not great. So this is how they're trying to get away from that.
Because of Donald Trump, millions of women lost the fundamental freedom to control their own bodies.
So we have, all right, first 6 seconds, there's a woman, she's watching Donald Trump on a phone, and then looking up, realizing that she's lost control of her own body.
And now, women's lives are in danger because of that.
Okay. So, because it's awkward to really explain that Donald Trump put 3 Supreme Court justices on the bench and then they overturned Roe versus Wade while Biden was in office. So it's just Donald Trump made a decision. Now women's bodies are in danger. That's fine. That's good. That's good messaging.
The question is, if Donald Trump gets back in power.
All right, hold on. Let's go back here. So this is file footage of what looks to be a Margaritaville. But like, the clip that they play is actually like a funny clip of Donald Trump.
If Donald Trump gets back in power.
It's when he wanted, the lights were too bright and he was getting the crowd to chant, turn off the lights. Like, of all the things that you could have Trump doing, that you have Trump's only voice is like a time where he was kind of funny.
If Donald Trump gets back in power,
I guess maybe they want that to be, if you just read it on like a script, Donald Trump says turn off the lights, then you could read it as dark, right? We are turning off the lights of progress. We are turning off the lights of modernity. We are going back to the dark ages. So I guess I can see it in concept. But just if you've known that clip, and maybe I'm just a broken brain weirdo and I've seen it a million times, but all right.
what freedom will you lose next? Your body and your decisions.
So this is one of the messaging things that Anat Shankar-Osorio told us, is that something that resonates greatly is if the Republicans take things away, will you not have freedom going forward? And this is a huge messaging shift. A huge messaging shift, because Republicans traditionally are the party of freedom, the party of you're allowed to do what you want. So this is the Democrats trying to play the Republicans' game. And based on what Osorio told us, this is a very effective strategy.
What freedom will you lose next? Your body and your decisions belong to you, not the government, not.
Okay, so here we go. This is your decisions belong to you, not the government. So some people already pointing out, unless it's a vaccine, unless it's blah, blah, blah. All right, still. All right. Understood, heard. Political ads are not there to be correct. They're there to sway voters.
Not the government, not Donald Trump. I will fight like hell to get your freedom back.
So this is the thing that I hate about this ad. This is the thing that I hate about the Biden positioning on this issue to begin with. Because it's one thing if you are a senator, it's one thing if you are a ballot initiative, it's another thing if you're the president, the sitting president of the United States, for which Dobbs happened while you were president. Might have been because of Donald Trump, but it did happen while you were president. I hate this phrasing.
I will fight like.
Here we go. This one. I will fight like hell. I will vote for me, and I will fight like hell. What are you doing right now? What have you been doing for the past 2 years? Because he can frame this as Democrats have been fighting like hell. We fought like hell in the midterms when they said that we couldn't win. Guess what? We won. We fought like hell on these ballot initiatives, and we won. And we're going to continue to fight like hell until Roe is the law of the land. But I will fight like hell. What are you doing? What are you doing? Especially when, let's be honest, Joe, the future is not what people like to think about with you. When people think about things you will do, it's things like dying. It's not about the grand. You don't have 1,000,000 miles in front of you. Baby, you and I got memories longer than the road that stretches out ahead. I will fight like hell. I'm currently not fighting. Religious modifiers aside, I'm currently not fighting. I will fight like hell if I get elected. And that's before you even get into solutions. Because guess what? I'm going to make Roe the law of the land with apologies to Future and Metro. We don't trust you. Or wait, no, let's go with the latest album. We still don't trust you. You were vice president when you had the ability to make Roe the law of the land. You didn't. And now you're probably going to lose the Senate, which means you're going to be underwater anywhere between 11 seats to do what you want, to make Roe the law of the land. You tell me you're going to win 11 seats in the midterms? I don't think so. So if you're talking about, and this is stuff that I think that he should be talking about, and in the language, controlling your body, women's health care. These are good issues. These are smart issues. But, you know, Biden is moseying away from his position with Israel to try to make young progressives happy. He is canceling student debt. He is rumored to actually be doing something about the border. These are all via executive actions or within his purview as president. And the best you can muster on your number one issue, the number one issue is, I will fight like hell. I will fight like hell. Later. I will later fight. And trust me, when I do it later, it will be like hell. I don't get it. I don't get it. Well, I mean, I do get it, but it's cynical. It's cynical. And that is that you don't solve a problem that'll get people to the polls. You know, the Republicans negotiated a border stuff to tack onto the Ukraine bill and then didn't go with it. Why? Because it's good politics. It's good politics to leave it hang. Blame Joe. And the Biden administration is doing this with abortion. They are not looking to pass or at least message federal legislation to preserve the right for women to get medically necessary abortions if their lives are in danger, or to clarify on a federal level exactly what life in danger means. You know, they ran a heartbreaking ad about a couple here in Austin that lost their kid at 18 weeks, but because it still had a heartbeat, she couldn't get an abortion, and so she went into sepsis, almost died. That's horrifying. It's skin-peelingly awful. So what are you doing about that? Because that was an example of state law being ill-defined. Nothing? Doing nothing. You're going to make Roe the law of the land. How? How, Sway? That's what I want to know. Who approved will? Who approved will? I am fighting like hell. Anyway, that's my review of that ad. Very curious. I don't know why they used the turn off the lights clip. I guess, do you guys think that it was, that it is like, like a Dark Ages thing?
If Donald Trump gets back in power,
is it a Dark Ages thing?
is, if Donald Trump gets back in power,
Turn off the lights. That's a funny clip. Let's actually just watch that clip. Trump, turn off the lights.
Hi, I'm Sam Jordan, Director of Humanitarian Action for the International Rescue Committee. Conflict.
And as much as you want to put
All right, here we go.
them in our jails, they were probably sent here so that we put them in our jails. Because to put them in our jails, they didn't pay the electric bill. To put them, oh, I like that much better. Oh. Oh, that's so much better. Those lights were brutal. They come from the dishonest press? Where? Oh, don't turn them off. Forget it. Better, right? Don't turn them on. Don't turn the lights on. Plus, we save on electricity, right? And because the lights didn't work, I won't pay the rent. So we get better lighting, and we don't pay the rent, right? Right? No, get those lights off. Off. Turn them off. They're too.
I mean, that's the thing. This is like a fucking Tom and Jerry clip. Let's just go back to when they turn it back on. Here we go. Oh, why is this
Bright, turn them off. Turn them off. Let's go. Ready? Turn off the lights. Turn off the lights. Turn off the lights. Turn them off. So much nicer. No, that's the way we have to negotiate for our country.
It's just when they come back on. When they come back on is the funniest.
Pay the rent, right? Right? No, get those lights off.
He's just so mad.
Off. Turn them off. They're too bright. Turn them off. Turn them off. Let's go. Ready? Turn off the lights. Turn off the lights.
Anyway. So there we go. There we go. I don't know. I mean, I guess rhetorically, he's bringing you back to the dark ages if he wants to turn off the lights. It's a little heady. It's a little heady. It's a little MFA, you know, for a 30-second ad that is supposed to be a brutal gut punch on an issue that people genuinely think is life and death. That is life and death. Little heady. One more time, just so the lights come back on one more time. What the hell is going on? Why can't I? All right, you want to know what? We're not even gonna play around. There we go. There we go. We're done. We're done. That's my review. My review of that ad and a bonus little clip of Donald Trump chanting "Turn off the lights." What would Rush say? Well, Rush would not say anything. He would not break down the Biden ad because he, would talk about, in review of Joe Biden's abortion ad, Rush would say that a 18-year-old white girl was murdered by a illegal immigrant. Because that's an issue that Republicans can win on. Safety, crime, all that. So they probably wouldn't do that. I would not do it, Snurdly. I simply would not review the political messaging of the Joseph Robinette Biden ad. Now, I mean, would I talk about it on the golf course? Sure. You know, if I'm on the back nine, I would talk with anybody about, you know, the X's and O's, the blocking and tackling. But when I'm on my program, 3 hours, the pinnacle of media, I would reserve it to talk about the things that truly matter to the American people, the hard-working, actual citizens of this country, not the traitorous liars and communists that infest our White House and press corps. I need the thing. I need the ding. I need to get that on the board.